Hello everybody and welcome to my channel. My name is Yahira and this is Let's Budgets, and on my channel I bring you weekly budget with me and cash stuffing videos, um, and also probably unstuffing videos here soon. It has been a minute since I have done a budget with me. I was doing them for most of last year but stopped I think sometime in August. I meant to check my channel before I started this but I forgot. Um, but yeah, so I stopped just because there weren't the views, but then I decided to restart because I was watching and reading through the comments of another YouTuber that I watched, Life in Envelopes. And someone just mentioned how like seeing how people work with their money is what is one part of the reason why they watch this stuff. And that reminded me that's part of the reason why I had started this channel was to continue the movement of more financial transparency amongst people, because I know money tends to be a taboo subject and it really shouldn't be. I understand why some people are uncomfortable with it, or why they might want to be more private, but I don't think it should be driven just because like it's just a no to talk about it. That to me I've never really quite understood. So, like for us, amongst like me and Logan, we're more than happy to share our income. Part of the reason why you see this YouTube channel is like we're pretty open with our income and whatnot. So just to recap, since I haven't done this in a minute, and some of you might be new around here if you're watching this. I am 28. I live in Southern California with my husband Logan, who's also 28. We are currently a one income family. In my older budget with me videos, we were dual income. I was working at the time, but I did leave my job back in July, to go to school, or go back to school rather, to become certified as a financial planner. Still in the process of that. Probably gonna still be in the process for that for at least most of this year. The plan is for me to sit for the exam in July, and then after that, once I pass the test and get certified, I can start looking for a job again. So right now, a majority, like 99.9% of our income is Logan's income. I do things like I'll do fetch rewards and receipt hog and that sort of thing to bring in a little bit of stuff here, either a gift card or some money. As you see in this week, I cashed out from one of the apps to get a little bit of money. And then I'll occasionally will do events to sell my art. I have an Etsy on the side. It's not profitable at the moment, but it's just a little something here and there. So yeah, let's go ahead and hop right into our first budget with me of the year. So Logan is paid bi-weekly. I do split his check in half, mostly because when I was working I was paid weekly, and just doing it weekly helped me, especially when it comes to our variable spending, because I don't want to have to worry about running out of money by week two. I think if I did, we would probably still be fine, but just to not give myself any problems, I just split it in half. So for the first half of this paycheck, from Logan, we're budgeting a total of $1,127. I should add as well that he does also receive some money monthly from the VA for his disability. But he keeps all of that and then a portion of one of his checks every month. That part of, he pays the rent for us, and then so you'll never see rent on here because he just takes care of it on his end, and then it's his spending money for the month. So we're, like I said, budgeting this week 1,127 from him, and then I cashed out from Receipt Hog at the end of 2023 for a total of $40. So this week we're working with a total of $1,167. Coming down to our bills, starting with that first. This week, art is getting $25. That's for my Etsy that I mentioned. I just send $25 to the side to it every week to help with the production costs. Like whenever I decide to get like new stickers or new prints or whatever, I set money aside to help with that whenever that comes up. And then up next is our phone at a total of $87. Which that reminds me, side note, you'll see our bills are going to be a little bit funky this month because we did start budgeting for this month's bills with the end of December, the last December's paycheck. Let me try rephrasing that. The last check of December started paying our bills for this month. So you won't see all of our bills this month, but you'll see most of them. I think you're missing 3 or 4 of them. There's Geico, there's Nelnet, and then Instant Ink and Hulu. I think are the ones that were paid last week with the last part of December's paycheck. But then moving on, Quick Quack is $36. That's for a car wash service for one of our cars, for a place around here. And then Durango, that said car, is 110. That's just a portion of that payment. My brain broke. Um, that the total payment for the Durango is 610, and then just from the last couple months, I found it easier to break up that payment across several paychecks versus just paying it all at once out of one paycheck. And it does help. So we have an account that's just for bills. So it's easy for me to do stuff like this because then I don't have to constantly be checking my account or Logan's account and having to remember this much is for bills. It's just we send it over to that bill account and it just sits there until the bill gets paid. So this week a total of $258 is going to bills, leaving with $909 left over to budget. Coming down to our variable spending, this week groceries is getting $80, pups is getting $50, eating out is getting $60, fun is getting $30, I'm getting $50, gas is getting $155, and there's a tiny change to our gas budget this week or this month. We finally got our driving figured out, and with gas prices coming back down, we've saved it. We've had a good chunk left over in our gas budget, so this month I decided to lower it by $40. I think we can do at least 60, but I'm just being a little bit conservative out of fear. So we lowered it by 40, and then seeing how the rest of the month goes, I'll be lowering it by at least 20 next month, maybe by another 40. We'll see how the rest of this month goes, and see if that's doable. And if gas prices stay where they are, then it should be doable. And then lastly, Costco's getting $20 for a total of $445 going to our envelopes. You don't see a whole lot of change in our variable spending. The only thing that usually comes up is that once a month I send an extra $60 to our pups envelope just because any parents know out there, things come up at any given time. So trying to beef that up so we can get a little bit of a cushion in there, just so that we have some peace of mind if something were to come up, knock on wood. And then I also once a month will put money aside for one of our dogs. Ash, she's on a prescription diet, so I budget hers out because it's more expensive than like Rocks, our other dog, his food normally. So after our envelopes, we have a total of $464 left over to budget. And then coming up to our sinking funds, the fun part. Starting off with this one is our mini trip. I put mini vacay because that's what I was going to call the sinking fund initially, but then I forgot to change it to mini trips after I wrote it. I didn't want to rewrite it, let's be honest. But mini trips is getting $120 this week. Another little note with our budget is I have $100 every single week that goes to our sinking funds for like guaranteed. So like this more came about when I was with my income because I had a lower income, and like when I was budgeting for myself. That's just what I got into the habit of, like this month, this much every single week goes straight to sinking funds just to help make progress towards that. And then depending on what else is going on, we'll contribute as we continue on. You'll see we'll contribute a little bit to other sinking funds. And then, like, if I have extra, like, for example, this week, how I took out that extra 20 that I was going to put to gas, I put it towards mini trips so that we can get that sinking fund done faster. Because we do kind of snowball our sinking funds. Not kind of. For the most part, we snowball our sinking funds. So, like, usually if you watch other cash stuffers, you'll see that people will put, like, a little bit into, like, all of their sinking funds for the year. But just the way there's been times like last year we had so many sinking funds that we wouldn't get anywhere by the time we needed them if we did that. So we've always just kind of told us like we'll focus on mini trips, for example, as our main sinking fund and work on that until we have that stuff and then move on to the next one and so on and so forth. We did get a head start on our sinking funds for the year at the end of 2023. Sorry if I click on it. I have a bad habit of just clicking pens in my hands. I try not to, especially in these videos, because I don't want to have you guys just hear a click. But anyways, we got ahead on 2024 sinking fund at the end of 2023. So we've made good progress already for the year because we have a lot of big goals. If you haven't watched my 2024 goals video, I highly recommend you do. We got some big goals we're trying to get done, so the sooner we can get sinking funds done, the sooner we can work on those bigger goals or work more on those bigger goals and get them done. But back to this. So mini vacations getting $120, gifts is getting $20, electronics is getting $10, clothes is getting $10, $20 challenge is a new saving challenge I'm started, is getting $20, piggy bank, another saving challenge I'm doing, is getting $4, Japan is getting $200, Our emergency fund is getting $40, and then Lambeau Field is getting $40. So we have a total of $464 going to our sinking funds, meaning we have nothing left over. Everything's got a job, everything's got a place. We do zero-based budgeting, meaning that every single dollar that comes in gets some sort of job. We don't just leave money in the bank and sitting there. Everything gets a job. So zero base doesn't mean that there's zero in your accounts, just means everything's gone somewhere. But yeah, so that'll do it for today's video. Normally they're not that this chatty, they're normally quicker, because just going over our weekly budget for just what we're doing with that week's paycheck. But yeah, so if you have any questions about our budget, about how we do things, please feel free to ask. I'm more than happy to answer. And then I hope to see you guys again tomorrow tomorrow? I think Thursday. I think we'll be posting this on Tuesday and on Thursday. We'll figure it out. So either tomorrow and on 2 days for our cash stuffing. Bye.